messing with my shit. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Is he really 6ix9ine friend? Nigga, y'all didn't even like 6ix9ine when he was free. We don't need your advice. You didn't like him. He didn't like you. We don't need your advice. And I'm pretty sure while he's going through this process, all you would do is give condescending remarks about his freedom, and we don't care. And I'm not talking to one person. I'm talking to like at least, I heard about 4 or 5 people. Is Akademiks really his friend? All y'all niggas who will make that claim will not reach out to him in prison. All y'all making that claim will not offer money to make sure his legal fight is really funded. Y'all won't because y'all are sideline niggas. So when y'all be like, yo, is he really? I don't want to hear that, Chief. Don't want to hear that. Okay? Okay? And the thing is, I would just be mad at the fans be believing, like, oh, this nigga made a great point. I'd be like, the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, as usual, and let's keep it, let's be real. That's why I be ignoring all these other motherfuckers. 6ix9ine's the hottest topic right now, and let me tell you this as a fact. If it's not TMZ, I'm breaking the story about everything regarding him. I have contact with everybody around him. I'm making sure he's okay, number one. I'm making sure everything is cool. There's so much lies going on around. It is what it is. I don't sit up here, nor did I go to Everyday Struggle or anywhere else. That's the thing. Is like niggas always confuse. Bro, I'm not happy that nigga got arrested. However, you know, like this was a predictable path. You get me? And while I support him through it, I understand what this is. That's the big difference I gave between X and 6ix9ine. I love 6ix9ine. I love X. When people, and by the way, the same niggas who were talking about me for X is talking about me with 6ix9ine. Except with X, I was really upset. I said, that nigga died of a robbery. Anybody could get robbed. If I bring certain things, certain places, niggas will try to rob me. Not because I'm Akademiks, because I look like a lick. You have something we want. We think we could get it. We feel like we got the muscle or the firearms to get it. We're going to get you for it. It's a robbery. It's a robbery went wrong. This whole thing about let's blame Akademiks, I told y'all from day one, it completely falls. Look out for the people who don't hold the right people accountable. The people who, when X died, was trying to hold me accountable. Well, Ak is the energy you promoted with him and you don't get it. It's the streets. I don't even hear them talking about the case and actually how disgusting and vile the people are that did the robbery and the murder. Ak is because you posted him while he was talking all type of shit. That had nothing to do with him getting robbed. 6ix9ine is a different case. 6ix9ine is someone who, despite my better warning, you know what I mean? And again, notoriously, like, and this is why I said, like, even though we call him a kid, like, he's a grown man. Everybody got to stand accountable for their own things and their own words and everything. Their own words, own actions. You feel me? You see, now, all the dick riders, all the outsiders, they're now going to rewrite the narrative. I'm watching it get rewritten. I'm watching it. Just look at everybody. I'm watching it. Oh, Akademiks basically helped him go to jail. That's the narrative they're rewriting. Ignoring the fact that at every step I was like, don't do this. But he did it. Then everyone's like, well, you shouldn't have posted it. Nigga, it's already out there. So basically said, just don't be a media organization. Just be like, my career job is being his friend. These are the same people who don't like subjectivity when it's different situations. Like, for example, with X. I love X, but I got to be objective. Like, when audio came out, and I know there's another side to it, about the abuse case, I could be like, yo, X my friend. X has never sounded, acted, whatever, violent towards women when talking to me. If we want me to treat this shit one way, when X is then accused of this by some other chick, I'm not covering that. Now, tell me that's fair. So X is accused of, and I know I'm using X, but it's really X and 6ix9ine. They act like these niggas are my kids. Like, they act like they literally came out of my nuts. Like, trust me, everybody couldn't wait for something to happen to 6ix9ine to be like, Ak, so are you. And the same thing with X. And I understand that because, I mean, I do promote them a lot. But me, I don't do subjective coverage like that. I can't do that on a media aspect. Now, when I give my opinion, that might be subjective because I know these niggas. So I'm gonna say, I never knew X to be violent. This shit is new to me. I ain't know 6ix9ine to be no criminal like the DA or prosecutors painting him. Nigga was the nicest guy. We had dance battles. We fucking the nigga didn't know how to swim. Like we fucking played games. And I know this sounds moist. My bad. But like like you know what I mean. I'm giving context to a lot of shit, saying like, yo, a lot of the things y'all seen out there, I didn't see it. You feel me? So that's the subjective part. But like, if he gets arrested, I can't not cover it because that's the homie. If there's something out there, and you know, I watch people because everybody got their own agenda. This whole thing, and I think I covered it on Everyday Show today. By the way, I'm gonna get into the music. I'm not streaming for too long, but I watch everybody fucking gargling with my name for the last like 3 days. So I'm like, let me just get my piece off. Everybody's like, as soon as they start talking about 6ix9ine, they get to me. But Akademiks, chill. Anyway, in regards to everything with, like, what was I saying? Somebody said swim battles. Feds are watching the stream. Hey, Dave, I'm going to give you and the old heads. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Reminder, the feds see everything. You see, people have an agenda. Let me tell you how media works. There's a bunch of niggas who think they should have respect, and they do have respect among certain crowds, but in the main scope of shit, they don't matter. And a bunch of them called me up, and I didn't respond because I'm sorry, you don't matter. So, you think you affect 2% of the people who fuck with me. Sorry, okay? You could go on a boycott Akademiks, and I sit there and I laugh, and I'm like, yeah. So, okay, you can't do nothing. I'm sorry. So, I watch those people, but I don't mind when people speak out against me. I just watch people twist the reality. If I listen to a bunch of people who I've heard commented on this recent video, so there's a video of 6ix9ine talking to Tato, and it was put out. I'm going to really get more into this too. Everybody said, why would you post it? TMZ posted it. There was 4 outlets when it got to my Instagram. I did post on Instagram, and then I deleted it. I'm going to tell you why I deleted it. For the people who wonder why I delete or why do I post and delete, I'm going to tell you why. Because this is a part that nobody cares about. And this is another thing, like, that's why I don't really fuck with, like, the niggas who I consider they're not into this demographic of rap. Because they don't like talking to, they like talking at. They don't like talking to. And when I mean talking to, having a respectable conversation where they want to sit with you and they want to hear what you got to say and give their opinion and then listen to what you want to say. Nope. I'm an OG. I seen this before. I did this. I did that. So it's talking at you. I get it. So when they're doing that, like, of course, they won't hit me up like, yo, listen, I know the nigga. Let me just hit him and let me just see what he got to say. Because right now, he look kind of crazy. And I understand if that's the initial thought. Would they reach out? No. Because just like in hip-hop, the old niggas, and when I say old, I mean subjectively, mentality-wise, the old niggas, they give they don't try to bridge a gap ever. And they act like they're teaching, but you're never going to teach somebody if you just preach at them. You never teach them. You always look like the old hater in the club no matter what. Look at Ebro and look at 6ix9ine. If you didn't fucking isolate the nigga, basically almost act like he's the worst thing that ever happened to humanity, maybe even embrace him. Listen, 6ix9ine was a very listening nigga. It was very sad that only certain people would even give him the chance to talk to him and invest the time. Like, I was one of the people he did listen to. My nigga, I'm not that much older than 6ix9ine. Ebro's way older than me. You get me? But most of these motherfuckers would rather talk about him after he gets locked up. They like talking at him when he makes mistakes. But it's very few who would really reach out while it's going on. And by the way, salute to the ones who did. And I'm not saying that doesn't mean that nigga will listen. Because, again, everybody's their own person. But the main people you see now jumping up on soapboxes and they have these, like, things to say, they never talked to during. They never tried to mentor. All they did was talk at. And unfortunately, and this is just hip-hop and just life in general, a young kid who, again, don't know shit, I know your experience means a lot to you, but to them, they always think they could do it different. Talking at usually means they're going to say, fuck you, I'm going to do it different, even if it ends up being the same result as what you were telling them. So I look at all these people who are, everybody has this "I told you so," or now like we have an accountability issue as well, where I'm seeing motherfuckers just trying to shift blame. Like, oh well, what about this person? What about you? What about you? A lot of niggas who's talking about me, y'all got the same big of a platform as me. Why didn't you reach out to that? The niggas doesn't have a wall up like fuck everybody else. Y'all didn't care at that time. But now, when y'all in the, it's easy to criticize and sit back and criticize. I did that on YouTube for 6-7 years. Easy. Very easy. The Warren Chirac was me sitting back and criticizing. It was the greatest series. For the people who have watched me and they told me I'm gonna come up, it's a really easy thing to do. I don't have to talk to you about why you're doing the dumb shit you are. I don't have to talk to you while you're experiencing and doing the dumb shit you are. I don't have to. I could just talk at you. Yo, you fucked up. You an idiot. It's easy to do that shit. One of the reasons I stopped doing the Warren Chirac, I didn't realize that it wasn't that cut and dry. It wasn't that cut and dry that crime was happening. Why people were growing up and they just kind of gravitated towards crime. That was the younger me. I talk to a lot of these artists now. I try to. I just say the OGs, and by the way, salute to Fat Joe. Because I know beyond that podcast, I know Fat Joe, him being Hispanic, 6ix9ine was Hispanic, he did try to keep some type of communication. I just look at everybody else who now are the most vocal ones, but they never really reached out. They just look at everybody else who perhaps was in his ear, I was in that nigga's ear every day. Don't do this. Don't do that. Yo, why are you in Chicago? Leave immediately. Don't be for him. Don't say nothing to him. Don't do that. Don't do that. And I guess people look at my culpability as saying, well, nigga, you posted certain shit. I'm a media outlet. What do you want me to do? Only if I play the subjective game, trust me, the niggas I don't like, they look crazy. The niggas I like look amazing. Because that's a PR job at that point. Again, I think a good example is X. I could have covered everything but the domestic violence. The reason why X ain't like the rest of the media is that they only focused on this domestic shit. For me, I had to also focus on the domestic shit. That was part of his story. But there was many times, and we talked about it, me and him, let's highlight your helping hand challenge. Let's do this. Let's do that. And of course, with everybody with 6ix9ine, they'd be like, yo, well, you post a lot of his beefs. Ain't nobody gonna post that. I also post every time he did charity, every time he gave back, and every time he did some pot. That doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. I just look at the old niggas, and when I mean old, I hate to use that word because we all get old. I look at the people who are detached and who just like to criticize, and I look at them to say, you motherfuckers are only on a soapbox. And when y'all are ready to get your hands dirty with these artists, stop just predicting at first what's going to happen and then coming back around when it does happen. How about, because the difference between me having a relationship with 6ix9ine and somebody else is you actually caring. Is you actually reaching out. You motherfuckers never reached out. But when it comes to something happening, you are like the fucking guru in terms of advice. Oh, you should have done this. You should have done that. And then you blame people around him. Nigga, how about you try to talk to him every day? I was trying to talk to him every day. So I say that because I see everybody, and it's not like, this is, a lot of this stuff I completely get into because, 6ix9ine's case is much different than X. X, I felt really offended because that's not something you could control. You can't control if somebody robs you because they think you got money. You can't control that shit. But 6ix9ine's actions and him doing a lot fucking contributed to where he's at now. And I 100% get that. So, yeah. That's to all the niggas who are, going off. Half of y'all are just trying to be seen as the OG and the wise guy in the moment. And the other half of y'all are probably just, clout chasing. Nobody really cares about what you say. But now 6ix9ine is in jail. Now you could be like, well, let me school the youngins. The crazy thing is most of the niggas who think they're schooling the youngins, you're only talking to old niggas. That's my only problem with the niggas who claim they're giving advice. You're not bridging the gap. You could sit here and listen. Let me tell you this. This is how it goes. And I don't care if a nigga give it. Like these niggas can't really. Like I got my own shit. Most of y'all niggas platforms ain't big as mine. So stop capping. Period. A lot of young niggas listen to me. A lot of old niggas listen to y'all. And y'all will sit there and talk like y'all are giving advice, but you're talking to your audience. You're talking to the niggas that already know. They're gonna dick right and jerk you off while you say that shit. How about you bridge a gap? That's why I love when Everyday Show was me and Joe. Because even sometimes it was turbulent, it was a cross-section of that conversation. Most of these niggas, y'all not giving advice. Y'all talking to yourselves. You feel me? If I was gonna think about giving advice to Nas, knowing that a lot of Nas or like fucking KRS-One fans ain't following me, nigga, am I really giving advice or I'm just talking to my fucking self? Y'all gotta start ingratiating yourself with the artists and the people that you want to speak about. Because otherwise you just look like the old hating ass nigga in the club or the nigga who's just so detached that you're talking to your own little constituents just trying to rile them up like, yeah, we told them. Nobody gives a fuck about you saying that. You feel me? So let's look into the future, right? And we'll get more into the 6ix9ine shit, but let's look into the future, right? Let's look at artists that, and I could tell, like, it's not even, you don't have to be fucking some oracle to see into the future. You see artists trying to get on. And by the way, not excuse anything that 6ix9ine did. One of the reasons 6ix9ine would even listen to me, that nigga was like, yo, man, when I was fucking broke and I was trying to make it, nobody was trying to help me with shit. When I get on doing a certain thing and that's my formula, fuck you niggas. And you try to talk him out of it, and maybe he was listening sometimes, and a lot of times he wouldn't. It is what it is. But let's look into the future about the newer artists. And whether we're talking about the Lil Pumps, and that's why, salute to J. Cole. You see, J. Cole made that song where everybody, like the generation now we live in, they pick sides so much. It's either fuck him or, like, we love him. You get me? So J. Cole made that 1985 song. It was kind of almost like the fuck Pump and the new nigga song. But you know what J. Cole did? J. Cole reached out behind the scenes and had a conversation. J. Cole really sat with Pump. J. Cole tried to at least be like, yo, I'm not only just doing this to look good to the people who fuck with me. I'm trying to actually really help you. These niggas are not. All of these niggas, you can't be you can't be every day criticizing the nigga now. I see Ebro, he can't wait. He's loving it. 6ix9ine locked up. Yes! He told me to suck his dick on a song. Bro, you fucking wouldn't even really have a conversation with the nigga. And I know he disrespectful. But I don't even want to like give timeline on when the disrespect came, but bro, you cut lines of communication. You ain't coming to Summer Jam, you can't come up to the station. Yeah, if you talking to a young nigga, he gonna tell you to suck his dick. You cut lines of communication. So I'm just saying it to everybody who thinks they got the best advice. Maybe I'm not the best mentor. This is what all y'all should look at. The niggas who criticizing me. The Ebros, the Joe Buttons, the Stars, the whoever else. Rather than now just sitting up on your little soapbox like, let's look at what Akademiks had to do with it. Maybe I'm not the best mentor for them. All of y'all are older than me a lot, most of the times about 10 years. Also, I've never lived in the streets. Granted that. How about y'all, instead of only criticizing, start bridging the gap? Start bridging the gap. And I'm not throwing this on Joe. X, who was a very troubled soul, he saw a lot of himself in Joe. And one time Joe had gave a great point about his situation and what he was going through, especially after his album, I think 17 came out. And X hit me up and said, yo, connect me with Joe Budden. And I don't remember exactly when was the first time they talked, but I know I did get them to speak. And that could have been a mentorship. That could have been something where, again, I'm saying all this because I'm saying I see all y'all niggas love pointing at me. But if y'all are older, smarter niggas, how about y'all put yourself in the positions where these artists could look towards you? I would love to, nigga, I helped X to say, yo, nigga, you talking about that depressed shit, you're doing this. Nigga, Joe kind of is like that. But you know what happened? There was another episode where X felt like Joe just threw him straight under the bus without even considering or even talking to him. Now he's like, yo, you're not, like, you're just saying whatever for whatever. Like, you're not really, you don't really care about me. Me and X, we got into conversations and arguments about how what he did. And, like, I said something on Everyday Show one time, he was mad at me. And we got on the phone, we talked the whole time when I was going home. We talked for 3 hours. And it was explaining my side, getting his side, but also kind of figuring out that middle ground, not just saying shit. Because again, it's easy to criticize the young niggas. It's easy to do it. Very easy, especially after the fact. But most of y'all don't put yourself in position or even want to give him advice during. So when I am talking to X frequently, y'all look at me after something bad happens. Well, Akademiks could have did better. Nigga, where were you? Where? If you're talking about his mentorship, nigga, again, I speak to them a good amount, right? But let's not act like, yeah, I might post some shit after they posted 2 minutes after. But nigga, you get on your podcast, you get on your radio show, you get on that platform. Oh yeah, we all talk about the same shit. Let's stop acting like Akademiks is some fucking alien. I'm not no alien. We're all in the same little hip hop bubble. The thing is that y'all disregard it and y'all pander to your own audience who don't give a fuck about this new generation. But y'all are quick to pile on when some shit happens. Because it makes y'all seem right. It makes your fan base be like, what, we told them all along. But in reality, if y'all have made that effort, you don't got to go to, and let's be clear, you don't got to go to DR with a nigga. You don't got to be in the pool with a nigga. You don't got to go play Dance Dance Revolution with a nigga. But hitting somebody's phone when you think they wildin', like I've hit their phones when I thought they were wildin', that's something an OG should do, but none of y'all do it. Y'all only are there to predict the downfall and show back up when the downfall has happened. Or you think while you're talking or narrating the downfall, because that's what you're doing. You're just doing an Akademiks video either on your podcast, your radio show, or your TV show. You're just doing it and chronicling it, except that person isn't hearing it because your audience is different from them. If you really care, or just like y'all think I should really care, because again, I don't know most of you niggas who even be commenting on me. So, yeah, when I know the artists more than I know y'all niggas, I look at y'all like, y'all strangers to me. When I talk to artists every other day, yeah, I'm sorry, I consider them a friend. And whether you want to think, oh, well, it's a mutually beneficial relationship. If they use you, you use them. I consider them a friend. I do care about them. There's no artist who I've talked to consistently that I don't care about. But I'm only responding. So I'm not responding with this like hate and like vitriol or whatever. I just want to challenge all the other niggas who love to sit on the soapbox. Start getting in the fucking batter's box and start coaching niggas while they're actually taking swings. Just don't wait till they strike out. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Anyway. I will play Dummy Boy, though. Yo, this album, I've had it for a while. But, hold on. Alright, we're going to play the album now. I'm sorry, I was ran like a motherfucker. What am I going to the Breakfast Club? Bro, I don't get invited to shit like that. Alright. Okay, we're going to go through the album right now. And, by the way, let me give you guys an update. This album was released because of 6ix9ine. Right now, he's not, like, as should be what happens. Because people take information and they make up their own narrative. He's in federal custody. He doesn't talk to his mama right now. It'll be a little while before he talks to anyone or anyone directly. His lawyer does his talking to everybody. He has a fucking federal indictment. But he did alert others, including me, of what his plans are and his wishes after realizing his album was leaked. Initially, his album was withheld just to make sure that if it's possibility, he could get out on bail or whatever it is, to make sure his music or whatever. Because to be honest, a lot of his cases, really people just looking at, oh, you said this on social media, you said this in music. You get me? And you knew certain people. It's not much like, oh yeah, you really pulled the trigger, or yo, you did this. It's not a lot of you did. It's like you knew and what you portrayed online. So the music was delayed for a while. But after it got leaked, the damage is kind of already done. And also like he really, my bad. He really does miss his fans and family, and of course everybody else that usually is around him. So he instructed everyone to put out the music, and the decision was made like yesterday that the music was coming out. It came out today. So that's how we have Dummy Boy. It was leaked prior. So we're just going to go through the songs. It's 13 songs. I got opinions on the album, which is critiques. I'll let you know afterwards, but let's go listen to it. You've heard at least 4 of the songs. Ready? On this project so hard. Salute to my man Lee, aka Feet First Music. He records my music. He records 6ix9ine whole album. Salute to him as well. Hopefully plaques get bestowed upon you guys for your hard work. It's very unfortunate that 6ix9ine is locked up. You know, this is a situation everybody's faced with. You just got to deal with it. But salute to everybody who put a lot of hard work into it. Salute to his label for doing the right thing. I'm ready to criticize the label, especially now when, you know, it becomes sometimes money over what's best for the person. And I do want to salute his label right now because they're deferring to his lawyer. So his lawyer and him are making all the decisions. So salute to them. Before I even really critique this album, I also want to just say, just to really wrap it up for everybody else, I'm going to do something I never do. I really ignore people. I really don't give a shit about other niggas really criticizing me. I'm like a polarizing figure. I never really kiss y'all ass. I don't know y'all. Most of y'all don't know me. But it's really good and easy to criticize me. Casanova, you've been on Instagram for the longest claiming you're going to punch me in my mouth 1,000,000 times. You had beef with 6ix9ine. If we look at the facts, you didn't talk that way to him. Clearly, we know why. I encourage you and I invite you to come have a conversation with me. I don't know if you'll accept it, but you seem to love to talk about me on your platform. I'm going to now share my platform with y'all. I want to talk to you. You trying to threaten the nigga who's not about it, I think that's weak. 6ix9ine and his whole crew was all the way about it with you. There's shit in the indictment that has to do with you. So stop. You don't have to play tough with me. I'm not the tough guy. The guy who was a rainbow hair guy who you claim was fake and said tripping was about him, he was with the tough guys. They clearly weren't having it like that. You didn't talk that way on Instagram to him. Clearly. Why? That's why they're charged. Let's just be clear. So stop with the threats. I'm gonna punch you when I see you. We don't run into each other, Casanova. I'm never in like your neighborhood. You're never in my neighborhood. I work at Complex. You claim you came there once. Complex asked me if they should ban you from the building for acting like you ran into me. You never ran into me. You came up there for something else. Stop all that. Act tough with the tough guys. Please, act tough with the tough guys, not me. You don't get no stripes for, yo, I'm gonna fuck Akademiks. You don't get no stripes with that. 6ix9ine and his homies with all the smoke. Act tough with him. Other people too. They're with all the smoke. Act tough with them. For you, I'm going to invite you up to have a conversation with me, whether on my Twitch stream. Not Everyday Struggle. I don't want to be on that platform with you. I don't want to sit across from you. I'm sorry. You could call up here. We could talk on the phone as men. That works. But I just feel like I blocked you, by the way, on Instagram. And Wayne will ask me why. It was like, oh, he's trolling. I know you're not trolling. You're picking on the weak. You're picking on the niggas who not about street shit. The niggas who were about street shit, again, this is not snitching. This is not dry snitching or nothing. It's in a fucking indictment. It points at 6ix9ine having issues with you. He's charged for all that shit. You never talk like that to him. Let's be clear. So let's have a conversation. I know you still want to be the big bad tough and huff and puff rapper, but you picking on Akademiks, even though I got a big platform, it doesn't give you stripes. Pick on the niggas who are inviting smoke. Okay? Pick on the niggas who's telling you we don't bend, we don't break. You know what it is. You don't. So let's have a conversation as men. For the other people, whether it's the stars, whether it's the Joe Buttons, whether it's the myriad of other people who have commentary, I'll invite all y'all to talk to me directly. Also, my son, you're a failed rapper in my eyes. You're the guy who, you didn't pop off as rap, but I do respect the fact that you have a lot of righteous and conscious efforts when it comes to the community. I respect that. And do I believe that a lot of times you grandstand and just try to point everything at me because you feel like you could rally up your base? I get it. But I invite you to come to talk to me rather than talking at me through your platforms. Y'all niggas don't reach out. Y'all just say what I got to say because it's very convenient. My son, if you're here, and by the way, you just responded to my Twitter, call up. Let's talk. Because when you start asking, I could read your tweet out right now. Akademiks, why did you put up a video of your friend doing this? The video was public, my brother. You seem smart. You seem smart, Joe Budden seems smart. A lot of y'all seem smart, even though y'all seem not well researched. Y'all are smart. And when y'all act like I'm the one because y'all act like TMZ is just not the one of the TMZ is funded by like $100 million. And when y'all act like a nigga who's never received funding in his life, he's made every dollar and made every opportunity. And when you act like I'm as big as TMZ, when we don't realize that they cut at least a 5-figure check for a video and they publish it, they broke news. I added context to it. And you know, like if I'll sit across from anybody, whether it's my son, Joe, or anybody else, and I'll be like, you know what? In hindsight, I shouldn't have put on my Instagram. Do I regret putting on my YouTube? No, it's still on my YouTube. You know why? Because I added context to it. It's news. I could act like it doesn't exist, and y'all could be ignorant and try to fool y'all following. The feds, let me just tell everybody this. The feds don't only look to Akademiks and Vlad Page. They look at everything. They look at what you say. It's very disingenuous that all you niggas try to portray like, yo, like, y'all ignore that TMZ put it out. Oh, the feds don't look at TMZ, but they definitely look at Akademiks. Why he posted? You're being very disingenuous, and you guys aren't dumb. You guys are very smart. So I encourage all of y'all, just like I was willing to have the conversation with Wayno today, I encourage all y'all, if y'all want to have that conversation, and if somebody has a connection to my song right now, invite him to come talk to me. Because when you start getting on your soapbox and you could call me all type of name, he's a culture vulture, and you could say whatever, it sounds cute because you're trying to rally up your fan base because you're really probably in the back of your mind trying to hope to get an audience to promote music or whatever the else fuck you're trying to promote. It's very weak. Come have a conversation with me. I'll do it on my Twitch stream. I ain't sitting down with most of y'all niggas because, to be honest, I don't think that's where it is at. And also, a lot of the energy y'all bring when trying to have a conversation is not something I want to sit down with. But we could have a conversation online. Let's get on my Twitch stream. But if you're just like ranting on your little Instagram, I'm not going to comment on it. The 2,000 comments you got my song is going to be the highlight of your year. I'm sorry. That's nothing to me. Okay. Joe has a big platform. Me and Joe, we haven't talked for a while, but if Joe ever wanted to have that conversation again, like we had multiple times on Everyday Struggle, and that's the difference between Joe and most of these other niggas. We talked directly about that shit. And even though maybe I thought like, you know, like he was still less understanding, he kicked and screamed a lot of times because it was about theatrics on the show. At least he talked to me. A lot of you other niggas, y'all just try to talk at me. Have a conversation with me. I'll extend my platform since all y'all are so bothered. Okay? So Starry don't have to make a video or a episode. Is Akademiks getting arrested? Let me put you up on game about what's going on, and let me respond to the things you're saying directly. You don't have to we don't have to be salacious with it. Well, Akademiks snitch. What are you talking about? I've never talked to the cops about anything. You feel me? Why are they talking to me? They have all the information they need without me. But it sounds good for this online shit. And also, we're going to start getting to accountability. After some shit happens to somebody, maybe, and this is where, you know, I give people their proper due. If you want to say my accountability lies a certain type of way, we can have a conversation about that. But I will not let y'all sit here and let y'all just pin whole crimes and murders on me. I don't sit here and tell niggas to die. I don't sit here and tell niggas to go give their lives away. I don't sit here and tell people or encourage, whether explicitly or implicitly, to go give their lives away. Most of these men, let's be very clear, even in the case of 6ix9ine, most of the stuff, I don't even want to really get into directly, but most of the stuff with him is completely on him. We need to have accountability. I understand he's locked up, but if you're going to sit here and blame a media outlet, I'm blaming you too. Because I blame you for trying to sit there on a soapbox, not get involved in these people's lives, and then care so much when they get locked up or when they get killed. If you don't care while they're going through it, you're not going to reach out, you're not going to mentor, you really don't give a fuck enough other than giving a little cute commentary when you see it pops up beyond the radar. But you'll criticize a nigga who will actually take the time out, whether I'm on Twitch or anywhere else, to FaceTime these niggas and talk to them, just because you don't do that. You don't put no effort to do it. Don't criticize me when you can do the same thing. I'm challenging all y'all niggas. Start reaching out to these young niggas, the Smoke Perps of the world, the little pumps of the world. They shouldn't only talk to me. They respect y'all, but all y'all do is be condescending to them, so they almost get standoffish. If you're going to comment and you're so vocal, because y'all niggas having a ball now, How many Joe Budden podcasts is going to talk about 6ix9ine's arrest? Probably the next 5. How many star whatever is going to talk about his fucking, probably the next like 20. How many Charlemagne or Breakfast Club joints going to talk about 6ix9ine arrest? Probably the next 40. And it's cute to just say, oh, I told you so. But when you're trying to place blame on people who try to connect with them and talk to them, don't act like I was saying nothing different than you were saying. You were saying, oh, it's going to end bad. And by the way, salute to Charlemagne. I saw, he said something today which was true. He didn't try to take, like, he didn't try to, everybody is trying to figure me on an angle, well, I told you so. He said anybody with a brain knew this was going to happen. It didn't take me. It didn't take anybody else. It didn't take, like, this is a very common thing. So I encourage the people who feel that way, don't only just think I'm the only person that could talk to these motherfuckers. They want to talk to you. 6ix9ine grew up, you know how I heard 6ix9ine, I'm being honest with you. 6ix9ine grew up listening to Hot 97. Yo, he told me, I told him he was bigger than Summer Jam. Summer Jam ain't popping like that. But he grew up in fucking Brooklyn and listened to these niggas on the radio every fucking day, just like he grew up watching me. And when I communicated with him a lot, he felt it was a sign that he made it. And he respected me for that. But he listened to Hot 97 every fucking day as a kid that was fucking broke. And when he finally thought, regardless of how he got to that level, y'all shitted on him and told him, no, we don't fuck with you. If you then want to sit after he gets in whatever situation and just say, fuck you and just clown, again, just keep me out of it, because at least I tried to give that advice. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. Yes, I run a media organization just like y'all. And no matter what y'all want to say, the same shit y'all talk about, like my son, Ebro, Star, Joe Budden, Charlemagne, all y'all could be like, oh, why did Akademiks post this video? Y'all all described it or reposted it. Stop playing. Just so if y'all felt y'all had some type of, y'all wouldn't have touched it. Let's stop acting like one party's more guilty than the other. We're all in media. We're all in media. We're all in media. I just post shit a little bit quicker than you. You do your shit every week. I do my shit by the minute. You do your shit in the morning. I do it 4 a.m. I do it 4 a.m. in the morning or 10 o'clock at night. All this shit of trying to point blame and act like you're above, if y'all really care, start getting your hands dirty. And it doesn't have to, you know what I mean? I'm not saying this for 6ix9ine, I'm saying for future artists. When you see Lil Xan, like, play this. I guarantee 100% that Lil Xan had killed himself early this year. That's why when it came to Everyday Struggle, I ain't into making jokes about that nigga. Everybody likes to have that hands-off approach until it happens and say, well, Akademiks, you promoted him like being sad all the time. He killed himself now. What do you think? Yeah, you fucking laughed at him too. Like, you gave commentary, you just gave it from a distance. Start interacting with these young niggas, because to be honest, these are the niggas who really I talk about the majority of the time. The X's, the 6ix9ines, the Trippy Reds. And yes, it's a changing of the guards. Y'all not talking about Fabulous. So, matter of fact, y'all treat shit differently. When Fabulous gets in a domestic incident, y'all don't talk about it for 5 weeks. Y'all don't talk about it, period. Y'all barely speak about it. When Charlemagne gets in an incident or gets allegations on him, nobody wants to talk about it. That's another thing. Y'all don't talk about these things. When motherfucking Nas and I love Nas, I took a picture with him, and he's a legend. But when he gets accused by Khalees of some shit, y'all not fucking doing 10 weeks on him. But let one of these new niggas who got all the little popping buzz, and I covered them a lot of times, they get into any trouble, let Kodak get arrested. Yo, well, y'all have whole think pieces about it. Y'all covered for many weeks because y'all are detached from that. Y'all are detached. Y'all look at the niggas as the new niggas. I encourage all y'all dudes to start fucking with them. Like, it's not young and old. They fuck with y'all. It's just that y'all don't really embrace them. So I'll leave it there because I see everybody with their opinion wherever. And I'm down to take blame whether it's appropriate or not. I just look at y'all to say, y'all are not the perfect people because we're all on the side of media. We're all on the side of media. And if y'all gonna sit here and act like y'all, some of y'all got platforms equivalent or bigger to mine. Some of y'all could reach out to people. I'm learning people these days. Y'all could reach out to people to y'all see NBA YoungBoy doing a lot of destructive shit. Like, think about it. And like, I was thinking about YoungBoy got some shit today. I was thinking about posting it, right? Now, think about his mindset. If something happened to YoungBoy 2 weeks from now and I posted some shit today, yo, Akademiks almost contributed to whatever happened to him. But all these motherfuckers, they'll comment on it, but they won't, like, YoungBoy comes from, I can't mentor YoungBoy. I can't mentor a nigga like Kodak. Y'all can. But do y'all do it? Y'all don't. Y'all sit there, y'all only seriously criticize. Y'all act like y'all are mentoring, but y'all never reach out. You talk to your own audience. You don't give no fucking real direct, like, y'all gotta stop acting like these niggas is fucking three-headed monsters. Y'all could hit them up via DM. Y'all could really reach out, but y'all don't give a fuck. So y'all give me the scapegoat. You hang a noose around my neck when something wrong with them and be like, well, Akademiks is, I learned about it from Akademiks page, so he's guilty. No, nigga, you talked about it too. You talked about everything that was wrong with him. I just covered it more closely. So I covered every Instagram video from Tekashi. Not only when it was significant things. I covered everything. You only come in when it's time to point fingers. You niggas is not more or less guilty than me. If you want to sit there and act like it, you niggas is fucking hypocrites. And I look at all y'all and I say, how about y'all stop commenting on just that type of music then? If you're not going to do it all the way, stop. Focus on the shit you will do all the way. Because when it comes to blame, y'all deflect. Y'all never realize that you're part of it. I don't have the biggest platform. Joe Budden has an equivalent or bigger platform than me. You couldn't get close to him? Charlamagne has one of the biggest platforms. You couldn't get close to him? You couldn't, like, make that bridge that gap? It's me? And I'm not blaming either party. I'm just trying to tell y'all is that that's the blame game that's being played. That's why I always say accountability. If y'all gonna just keep it at accountability, I'd rather y'all just blame the person, whether it's 6ix9ine directly or whether it's the people who say killed X. Don't try to blame the media when you know you're part of the motherfucking. A lot of y'all got bigger platforms. I'm not motherfucking TMZ. Worldstar posts everything I post. The same video people claim I post, which I deleted, Worldstar fucking posts. And y'all could sit there and act to y'all little fan base. Yo, the feds only watch your page. You're a fucking liar. I looked through the indictment. Most of the shit's from 6ix9ine page, and most of the shit they just scrounged up anywhere and found. Stop being dishonest. Start reaching out. And if you're going to continue to comment, these are young kids who are getting famous before they know how to act. And if y'all gonna always sit there and shit on them when something happens, I don't feel bad for him that nigga might get 20 years or, yo, well, why are we talking about that? Act was doing. If you never was gonna be in there and constantly whatever, fall back off of it. All of y'all. Focus on the shit that y'all don't talk about. Focus on the fact that y'all knew Fab for all these years and y'all never saw any hint that he may have been abusive to women and y'all never ever dealt with that shit. Y'all let it slide on the table. Focus on that. But these new niggas that y'all don't really fuck with, y'all only critique, just get off of that. And I'm willing to be the scapegoat for y'all because that's why I don't respond to y'all directly. But I look at all y'all really like suckers because y'all don't try to get your hands dirty. You don't have to be in the pool with a nigga. You don't have to go to DR. You don't have to be at their crib. But y'all know more than damn well how to contact a nigga and be a mentor. When I first came in the game, I was smart enough to try to get mentors. But a lot of these young niggas, they get popping before they need that. And if y'all gonna sit here and criticize, start trying to mentor niggas before you can actually just tell them they're wrong and, yo, they're shit. You know what I mean? I used to do that. I could acknowledge when I'm wrong. I used to do that in the Warren Shop. I used to do it. I had no idea what them niggas was going through. I had no idea what it meant to come from that situation. I was a nigga who came from a very privileged, and it's not really privileged, but compared to them niggas, I was lucky. And I was just pointing blame and just shitting on people. That's y'all now. That's all of y'all now. These days, I talk to the little Dirks. I talk to most of these niggas I'm commenting on. Whether it's I'm talking to TK people, I talk to them. Y'all don't do that. Y'all are me years ago, and y'all could continue to act like I'm the worst. But y'all are me literally years ago, except you don't post shit by the minute. That's the one thing y'all only got on me. Oh, well, you posted by the minute. But y'all don't really try to understand how people think and feel. Y'all only just make criticism. That's all I had to say. I'm not really kicking it here for too much longer. Thank y'all for watching this. Please go support 6ix9ine. I only did the stream because 6ix9ine is a homie of mine, and I would have rather him be free, and I would have had him on here, and he would have talked this shit or whatever. Again, I'm not sitting here trying to have a pity party for him. Consequences come with a lot of shit, and unfortunately, this is where we're at. I wish him the best of luck. He always have my support in any type of way, and all the way through. But we do have to accept reality of where we are. But for everybody else, please look into yourself before you start pointing fingers. All right, I'm getting off of here. Please go stream and buy Dummy Boy. That's 6ix9ine's project. Hopefully, it could help fund his legal case. It could help fund things that could probably get him back to the free world, and hopefully could maybe prove that he's not as bad as it seems he is, based on allegations, based on the narrative, and also, by the way, there's a ton of different lies. There's a ton of lies. He got beat up. He got this. He got that. Whatever. I've seen people running so much lies, and like it would take them. It would shit. If I had to debunk lies, it would take 1,000,000 years. Oh, he got beat up and jumped. Look at his lip. How the fuck you get jumped on an intake photo if it's not by the cops when they first locked you up? That's a fucking intake photo that people said he has a swollen lip. No, they didn't jump him and they took a new picture. He just got put into jail, given his fucking uniform, and they took the shit. How the fuck he get jumped? But of course, online, it makes a good narrative. What else they say? The bank accounts are frozen. The feds, that's something on the table. Is it completely frozen? Are they frozen now? No. You get me? It's so much misinformation that I see people just fucking perpetuating and running with. Makes for salacious stories, but a lot of them are fucking lies. You get me? What else? I heard some other shit recently. He got released. No, he didn't get fucking released. What else? Just so many lies. And I get it. I'm not going to blame anybody directly for putting that out. Who knows if you're doing it just to kind of get your blog or your YouTube or your Instagram hot. That's up to you. I do challenge everybody that there's information out there and the truth is out there for a lot of stuff. And there's access. Like, you niggas could do some work to really get information if you want to. It just proves who's willing to get shit. Okay? So, I'll say that. What else? Do a review. Review what? What up? That's on. Yo, he's fine. Yo, he's fine in jail right now. Like, honestly, to be honest, given the circumstances, he's been protected very well by the jail officials based on the current circumstances, knowing what his current mojo is. Okay? Review the album. Okay. Let me go through the review of the album real quick. Just to be honest with y'all, and I do know more information. I said this on Everyday Struggle today. I hope people didn't take it wrong. Like, oh, like people be so fucking stupid. If I say I know more information, I'll be like, oh, he knows what happened. He knows the people 6ix9ine killed. Shut the fuck up and stop being fucking. The crazy thing is when kids do it, cool. When I see grown men creating conspiracy theories, I get it. A lot of y'all platforms not lit, but motherfucker, please do some research, okay? In relation to, like, say even the album, 6ix9ine told me he 100% thought he was gonna get locked up for the probation thing, and the month of him making music, and some of the shit is on here. He wasn't the same. He told me. He said, I like Stupid, but he said, yo, Stupid wasn't me. Like, I couldn't really get in the groove of that because all this other shit waiting over my head. And I know some of you guys don't want to hear this, but like when you have arrest and probation and all these things waiting over your head, people trying to kill you, like you're seeing agents constantly pop up. 6ix9ine before he got locked up was getting pulled over 6 times a day. With all of that, you're not going to the studio with a clear head to make a song like Lil Baby. You get me? And I do believe that's the reason why there's so much features on this album. His head was very clouded before all of this. You know, like he had a little bit of relief after he didn't go to jail for the probation, for the sexual assault thing, or the sexual misconduct thing, I should say. But I do believe there's a lot of unfinished ideas that he used to send out for features because his mind was elsewhere. And it's kind of unfortunate because I don't like this amount of features. I don't like the fact that I know some of y'all are impressed. Oh my God, Nicki's on it twice. I could listen to Queen if I want Nicki Minaj. I listen to a young artist like him, or if I listen to a young artist like Juice WRLD, I listen for them. I want to hear what they got going on. I didn't like that Juice WRLD did the joint project with Future. You know why? Juice WRLD, I want to know you at this point. And looking through Dummy Boy, I felt like it was a lot of songs that were either made by the feature or just kind of put together, and I'm like, could have been better. Given the circumstances, and this is the thing, I think a lot of people will escape with this opinion of it. Whether y'all want to admit it or not, when a nigga gets locked up and his album is talking some gangster shit, it's like Tay-K. Tay-K got a classic EP or whatever we calling it. You know why? Because everything he was rapping about was kind of true to his reality, and he got locked up for it. It's just a fucking classic, really off that. It sounded great too. With 6ix9ine, this is gonna sound great because of it seems like a movie to us. To the people who aren't locked up, you're not his family member. You look at it like, damn, what a story. It's gonna be like a classic almost. Like on Stupid, he's talking that shit. On TikTok, he's talking that shit. On Kika, he's talking that shit. And it's dope because you think about all the events that happened and where he is right now. But honestly, for me, I wanted to hear more 6ix9ine. So I'm not that impressed that Bobby Shmurda's on the first track, Nicki on the second track, Baby on the third, Tory on the fourth, Nicki and Kanye on the fifth, A Boogie on the sixth, Anuel on the seventh, Anuel on the eighth, Kanye on the ninth, Gunna on the 10th. There's only one song that's a solo song, which is Wando. I'm not that impressed by it. I still support it, but I wish he was in a different headspace, the same headspace that he was in when he created Kuda, when he created Kiki at first, when he created Gotti, when he created Tati. I wish he was in that headspace when he was making this album. He was not, and that's what I could tell you personally. I mean, that's life. That's life, though. Do I think it's a bad album? No, it's not a bad album. Like, I like it. I like it. I just wanted more 6ix9ine. Pause. I gotta say pause, because I know how y'all niggas think. I wanted more 6ix9ine. Give us more of the signature you sound. Like, the song with him and Lil Baby seems like he's going into Baby's world. The song with him and A Boogie seems like he's going to A Boogie's world. The song with him and Anuel seems like he's reaching, the second one, Mala, he's reaching for that Spanish song. It feel like he was fulfilling requirements that it's just being him. And if you're dropping 2 albums in a year, and this is your second album, so, you know, like, Day 6ix9ine was kind of dope. I was expecting a little bit more of the signature 6ix9ine, and what we got was a bunch of, it was kind of like a compilation. So, pretty good, but I really wanted more of him. Doesn't mean it's bad. I wanted more of him. All right? Let me see what you're saying. 6ix9ine doesn't have a sound? Oh, yes, he does. Am I gonna stream Meek's album? Yes. Thursday night, I'm gonna stream Meek's album. Am I doing anything Thursday night? Hold on. Meek and Lil Baby coming out. I got a bet with 21 Manager. Oh, by the way, I went to Atlanta. I want to salute to not a little bit. I want to salute to 21 Savage. 21 Savage and his crew. Salute to also his manager. Everybody around him. They were so hospitable to me. They were very caring and protective and everything. They had me in the hood. Was it the 9? went there. We played 2K. We talked about his upbringing. You know, he got really very personal, emotional. I can't wait till I put that shit out. It was more than an interview. It was more than like just walking through somebody's hood. And really, I'm trying to develop a new series, kind of really, to sell, of course. You know me, business. Anyway, it was kind of almost like a mini doc, almost. Like I got to see where he came up, where he grew up. He told me certain stories. It got emotional, man, and like you got to know the person, and we still got to rap shit. Oh, what do you think about Nikki pulling you into the car? Shit, like we got to that bullshit. Like, wait, what happened when you and Amber? We got to that shit, but like getting to know him as a person. Like, as my second time ever being in Atlanta, I went last time for On the Sticks with Yachty, and I was dope. But I was getting to know him, like his whole crew move a certain way, and I don't want to give everything away, but like you would think that it's like they're at war a lot of times, and when I say that, is like they're very much on guard. Um, they move very militant to everything. We went to the movies. It was like 13 of us, and because they were also doing like a little documentary, like so I'm mic'd and 21's mic'd, and there's camera people around too. But we went to the movies to see like what was it, Creed 2, and the way how he moves is like it's fucking. You would think about it and be like, yo, you're either a little too cautious, and it's not. I won't say a little too cautious, but like we got into conversations, and like he was really expressive, like yo, how he thought about karma. Like 21 did a lot of bad things in his prior life, and like the way how I saw him move and the way how I saw everything was, he was very cognizant and conscious of maybe that coming back to bite him. Even at this level, he's a fucking superstar almost. He's a star. But like he was cognizant of shit, somebody he robbed or somebody he shot at or somebody he had a run-in with, some shit like that coming back to him. Like he told a story, it was so crazy. Well, not crazy, but I guess from my point of view, it was crazy. Like he had like some PTSD. He was like, yo, he was talking about how he dealt with like certain losses, like seeing people just die and bleed out right next to him. And he got shot multiple times, and they only got shot a couple times less than him, and they died. And he was talking about like, yo, he used to just wake up constantly in cold sweat and just like grip his gun like in his pillow. Like it was, you know what I mean? Like I know for some of y'all, you're not in that mindset. You're not hearing the whole story being told, so you're like, yo, what the fuck? I'm not gonna lie. I saw how growing up in the hood of Atlanta affected him as a person. It was very dope. To be honest, he's a dope. He's cool. He's a very cool guy, but you get to understand the difference why what makes him him and what makes me me. I never dealt with certain things. I don't have to move certain ways, and I've never have to look at things. And it was very different. It was really good content. I can't wait to put that out. Okay. Somebody said talk about Charlamagne, the guy who was saying he would suck 6ix9ine dick if he beat the case. Man, he's just trying to make a joke. People take that too serious. I think he was kind of saying you're not beating a Fed case, but I'll say some ridiculous shit in case you do. And also, like, he probably smart enough to know that people want to think he's gay, so he just plays on that little stereotype. Predict sales. Well, before I predict 6ix9ine sales, I want to predict Meek and Lil Baby. I think Meek and Lil Baby are gonna do around 100. I think, I don't know. So I want to say Meek does 110, 120. I want to say Meek does 110, 120. And I want to say Lil Baby does 120. I made a bet with 21's manager that Lil Baby outsells Meek, but it's just because I haven't heard that song from Meek yet. So that might change, and I might have to cancel that bet. But Lil Baby and Meek between 90K and 120 for both. 6ix9ine, he's dropping on a, what is this, Tuesday. He'll only have 1, 2, 3 days of sale. I got to keep in mind. 3 days of sale. I think he'll do 50,000, but it's only off 3 days of sales. That's very, very impressive if he does 50,000. Actually, I think it'll be 40. With 6ix9ine, to figure out his real first week sales, you're gonna have to almost average his first and second. I think he does 40K first week. Second week he does 65 or 70. And really the average will probably be his thing. He lost some sales because of course, the leak. I think people do like the album, but you drop an album on Tuesday. They stop counting sales Thursday night. You have literally 2.5 days to get sales in. I don't know if it'll work. Who else? Somebody said he's gonna do 70. If 6ix9ine does 75 off 3 days, by the way, that if he does 75 off 3 days, he would have done 200 with the whole week. Also, 6ix9ine wanted to let everybody know he loves his fans. He misses everybody so much. He's a very like social media type of guy. If he could hop on Instagram, he would make a video or something like that, or make a comment. But that's not what we're at now. But he did send that message, like he really appreciated his fans. And you know what? Like I was thinking about it. I'm like, yo, 6ix9ine, your fans ain't like I always salute X's fans, even though X's fans are annoying. Jesus Christ, X's fans are loyal to the end, and not the end like his life's end. They're loyal to the end of their life, and I always thought that was like immaculate. But 6ix9ine's fans, I always look at it like, yo, a lot of them are used to you just kind of being the topic of conversation for that week. And so I look at them, I'm like, yo, when they're done being like, oh, there's fresh 6ix9ine news, they might just move on to some other shit. But for the real ones who do fuck with him, he wanted to let people know that he loves y'all. And like he's trying everything he can in terms of working with his lawyers to try to get out, and he knows I support him. Of course, me and his lawyers will be in communication if it's anything. You know how that goes. But yeah, that's really pretty much it. He just wanted the people to have the album. 6ix9ine wanted to have the biggest year when it came to dropping an album. He was looking at like, of course, X is gonna do ridiculous numbers. I think X is gonna do maybe almost 300,000 first week. But beyond X, he was saying like, yo, okay, well, Uzi is like in the ballpark. He wanted to beat Uzi. He wanted to like be like the biggest new artist or younger artist, whatever, making or like selling. But he got arrested and then his album got leaked. So that might not be the case in terms of the raw numbers. But after, like he's in a very fucked up place right now, he had to accept that and say, you know what? Rather than trying to reboot a rollout of the album, just put it out, man. Let my fans live with it. Hopefully they'll continue to support me as I go through this, and hopefully that at the end, no matter where the end is, whether it's next week, say the charges get dropped, or next week he gets bail, or if it's 5 years down the line or 10 years, he hopes that the people who have supported him, that made him feel good, will be there. So we'll see. Uzi might as well be what? Uzi don't drop shit? Y'all fuck with Blueface? I want to bring Blueface on here, man. Salute to Blueface. He a funny guy. Somebody said, act gonna cry in the car. Nah, man. Yo, a lot of people think, like, it's not a crying situation with 6ix9ine, man. Like, I have a lot of hope. 6ix9ine is 22 years of age. And, like, he may have made mistakes. He may. I'm saying may. But if he did make mistakes, and if he is going to get punished for it, it's my hope and my prayer that if that is to be the case, he's not giving up the majority of his youth in his life. You get me? Shit. Like it's 8 years before he turns 30. If something happens and he, you know what I mean? Like I'm thinking realistically. Of course, we want to get. It would be dope if he just like, oh, he beat the case next week, all charges drop. But if he gets 2 years or he gets 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, I look at it in terms of his life, not only music and entertainment. I look at it in terms of his life. He's 22 now. If he gets 5 years, he'll come out at 27. He'll come out a better man. He'll come out learning a lot of things, and this will be behind him. You know, of course, that's a difference. Other than like, say he got 20 years, he would come out at 42. That's a completely different thing. But you know what? That's my homie, and I don't know why these fucking retarded niggas keep saying, why do you keep saying you're a homie? They're gonna bring you in. My nigga, being friends with a motherfucker doesn't get you. That's why another thing I hate about these motherfuckers, bro. Stop with the dumb shit to mislead fans. I get that most of y'all shit is dry and y'all challenge a lot of people. Being friends with a nigga don't get you fucking indicted. Being cool with a nigga or showing love to a nigga don't get you fucking indicted. Doing a crime gets you indicted. I could sit here and I could say that nigga's my friend all fucking day. Doesn't mean the feds are gonna indict me. Okay, unless I did a crime or they think I did a crime. That's why I be seeing these dumb motherfuckers on their different platforms and they be acting like they kicking knives, but they sound dumb. How the fuck y'all be talking about, oh my God, watch how you keep saying you're friends with him. Shut the fuck up. That's how y'all niggas act. If y'all friends, I guess, was like under indictment because maybe y'all do crime. And y'all do get yourself involved in some shit that y'all feel like you might be the subject of an investigation or you might get locked up, so you don't want to act like you're cool with somebody. That's not me. All the shit that we're seeing about 6ix9ine, that's not me. I never seen that. So I'm not worried. I'm not shaking my fucking boots. You fucking are. So you could keep making those dumbass videos and keep that dumbass narrative. That's my dude. And if you want me to act like I just don't know the nigga, cute, except I'm not guilty of nothing. And even if, I couldn't, if they ever call me in to fucking question me, nigga, I'll make 49 videos on it. Nigga, I'll break the whole fucking questioning down. I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm not culpable of nothing. That'll be just more content for me. I've been waiting. I'm like, could y'all call me down there? I can see what y'all asking. I'm gonna make 39 videos spelling out what y'all ask me. You feel me? Y'all niggas be acting like everybody's co-conspirators and nothing like that. The dude was a very good dude, and y'all be talking about, oh, well, you're giving out information. Y'all acting like the niggas on some like big criminal shit. The nigga was a regular dude. I'm pretty sure his family don't see the shit that he's charged with. They're probably shocked. Shit that got charged with. I'm looking at it like, what the fuck? Yeah. There were people that knew the person that didn't, like, he wasn't fucking going around just doing crime in front of everybody's face. And a lot of y'all niggas gotta learn that. But I understand, a lot of y'all niggas not popping like that, so you need to use that salacious shit. Because if y'all didn't need to use that salacious shit, you would have probably started doing some research. Y'all would probably start or stop capping like y'all really know what's going on. And probably actually reach out to people. His attorney will actually give you a statement if you really want it. But none of y'all really want it. Y'all niggas just like to talk shit. You feel me? I see niggas on, oh, so who's a... Right. If I'm telling you I never been around that type of shit, I seen people like accuse of random people of like, there's somebody who's snitching. And I hear people like, oh, Ak, you should shut up. My nigga, I'm not in on a conspiracy. I could speak as media because I've never been around it. So y'all niggas can stop acting smart because when the fucking dust settles, I'll still be here. And you niggas will still be fucking irrelevant. I don't know what to say. But there's no fucking conspiracy. You feel me? At least not with me. Talk about Ebro letter. Bro, I don't know what Ebro got going on with them people. I don't think Ebro's no fuck, like, yo, that's the thing with hip hop, man. Everybody, most of these niggas who's claiming so-and-so's, yo, nobody ever questioned, yo, no cop ever tried to talk to me. No federal agent tried to talk to me. They know where I'm at every fucking day. If the cops wanted to question Akademiks by now, they would just pull up and be like, yo, come here for a second. I've never been questioned about shit. But if you listen to these little motherfucking niggas who run around and they're acting like they're in tune with, no, you're not. You're a fucking idiot. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Like, you niggas just assuming. And then you niggas is just making conspiracy theories. Now, when it comes to this fucking letter with Ebro and the cops, NYPD, yo, the cops cooperate with media, bro. Let me tell you this. If you don't know, let me break the news. I'll break news to you. If y'all wonder why TMZ always know when niggas is under investigation, the cops tell them. Surprise. Yeah. Is it a statement? No. Individual cops, they're cool with TMZ. They'll hit them and say, yo, that story y'all investigating, we're looking at this person. They put in the story. They put the story. They don't cite no names. We have a source. That's how fucking the media goes. With Ebro and them, and whether y'all think this is cooperating or not, that's just what it is. They've probably been hitting, like, either Ebro has inquired about information, like, yo, so what's the deal with this? Or they've maybe talked to Ebro and them about, like, yo, this is why y'all shouldn't have 6ix9ine and them at motherfucking Summer Jam. We're investigating them. Who knows? That could have been it. But there's conversation going on there. Do I think Ebro doesn't know nothing to snitch on? I would think. So people be just saying, like, yo, you're working with the feds or you're snitching. Like, niggas don't have nothing to talk about. So I don't believe, like, I'm not blaming Ebro for shit. It's just the hip-hop culture is so fucking toxic is that you want to blame everybody as snitching. In hip-hop, New York Daily News publishes some information, but let a nigga tweet about it on Twitter. Yo, you snitching. No, nigga, it's fucking public information. Hip-hop is the dumbest genre, period. So I don't believe Ebro is working with nobody. Ebro just doesn't like 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine shitted on him. 6ix9ine shitted on his deceased mom, which I didn't agree with. And Ebro still has an axe to grind, just like most of these niggas. When when a nigga been telling you suck his fucking cock, when niggas been telling you he's gonna, you know what I mean, sending coded messages like, yo, I might do something to you, or yo, test my gangster. Yeah, you're not that fucking happy about, or you're not that remorseful when they go to jail. So when I see a lot of these niggas, like no disrespect and whatever, like, ain't even talking bad about him, but that nigga Dom, like, 6ix9ine told that nigga he was gonna do some shit to him. Yeah, that nigga's feeling salty. Like, you know, him being locked up don't really cure the salt. I told 6ix9ine, I said that was not right. 6ix9ine was mad about him covering his baby mama because that was fueling the whole shit, ruining his personal life. The nigga was reporting shit about baby mamas and cheatings and, oh, he's messing with this underage girl, with some of them were just not true. 6ix9ine's feeling like, yo, dude, you're not even really doing real research. You're fucking fueling my baby mom to be going off on me, like, and this is real life situation. I could be on child support. I could be on this. Yeah, that nigga felt really hurt by it. He tried to reach out. I told him, I said, yo, ignore that nigga. He said, yo, I can't. He's fucking up everything at home. He reached out to Dom. They were cool for a little bit. And then after a while, when, like, I guess, I don't know, maybe it was me and Dom going at it. Who knows? But the motherfucker started just putting out certain shit. And then he told that nigga, he said, yo, suck my dick. And, nigga, when I see you, I'm going to do some shit to you. Yeah, I could imagine homie feels a certain type of way. I told him, I was like, yo, dog, even though I'm not that nigga, I know how I treat when niggas threaten me. You shouldn't do that. And I look at it now. I see that nigga running all type of stories. And by the way, homie, I'm not dissing you, nothing like that. Like, you could do your thing, bro. I'm like so past that. But I see you running a lot of stories about him. It feels like, I could tell when niggas is enjoying shit. There's multiple niggas enjoying the fact he's locked down. You're one of them. I get it. The nigga kind of threatened you. I get it. You get me? I told him I was wrong. I get why Trippie Redd is doing a dance when he gets locked up. Yeah, he's been telling you about your dead brother. Like, I'm not going to be sitting here just defending 6ix9ine. Oh, my God, he's the victim. No, that nigga told a lot of people some shit that will be hard to get over. I understand that. That nigga was talking about your dead brother. I don't blame Trippie for, like, fucking dancing when he gets arrested. No. He was talking about his dead brother. I get it. I don't blame YG. You violate YG in a lot of ways. I don't blame him. It is what it is. But for all those people, you should acknowledge your bias too, though. You get me? Like, you don't like that nigga. You get me? I fuck with YG for what he said. You know what YG said? I don't wish jail on no man, but fuck that nigga 6ix9ine. Say I ain't wish jail on that nigga, but I don't fuck with him. I respect that. You know why I respect that? Because you're not being fake about it. Or you're not being fake, but then celebrating behind the scenes. That's what it is. Ebro don't like him. Yo, I see every conversation Ebro have about him. Ebro tweeting about him right now. Shitting on him still. Because like he's like, yeah, that nigga in jail. That's what it is. And that's not my fault. That's not Ebro's fault. 6ix9ine said those things to Ebro. 6ix9ine said that those things to other people. But these niggas don't fuck with him for those reasons. I'm telling you, like y'all gotta just be honest with yourselves. Like don't like I see a lot of people like trying to cover it now and be like, oh, no, be honest with it. Be like, yo, that nigga talked about my deceased mom. If I'm Ebro, I say that shit. He talked about my deceased mom. While I'm not no negative person to wish jail on somebody, I don't fuck with that nigga for that. Don't be acting like you're neutral. Oh my God, he's locked up. No, that nigga disrespected you. I get it. You get me? So, it is what it is. Yeah, football, yeah, that's what I'm saying, yo. I respect when niggas keep it real, bro. Yo, if a nigga disrespected your deceased family, I understand you're not, like, nobody's asking for sympathy. That's the difference between this and X, I'm gonna always tell y'all. And I told y'all back then. The thing with X, where everybody always put up the Joe Budden clip, nigga, you were fucking wrong, Joe. My association to X didn't get him killed. He got killed because he's a hard-headed nigga who stood on his pride and always didn't care if a nigga had 13 guns in front of him. When they tried to rob him, he told him, nigga, suck my... Well, I don't know if he told him that. He said, nigga, I ain't giving my shit up. And the niggas that was trying to rob him, after scuffling, them niggas was actually about it. They shot him, unfortunately. That's nothing to do with prior shit. That's just his character. You see, all them niggas who was talking about X, none of them niggas would have said the same thing about Stack Buns. Stack Buns was like that. Rest in peace to Stack Buns. They tried to rob Stack Buns. Stack Buns told them niggas, I ain't giving up my fucking chain. What's up? And them niggas shot him for it and killed him. That's what happened. That's what happened when niggas is robbing people. But everybody else is going to act like, oh, no, well, it's because Joe said this. Or because people warned. No, it's nobody warned. It's a robbery, nigga. Certain niggas don't give it up. Certain niggas, they'd rather die for it. Unfortunately, that nigga did. Unfortunately. So when I see niggas be on like, oh, okay, you were right. No, you wasn't right, nigga. Shouldn't sit here and act like you're right. You should actually sit there and try to point out why that's a different situation and why maybe you should encourage people to, yo, if you don't got it on you, if you ain't in the upper hand position, if they got the drop on you, if they pulled out or they drew down on you, give it up. You gonna get that money back, you gonna get that shit back or whatever, you gonna be good. That's just material shit. That should have been the conversation. Except these niggas was on some dumb shit. That's a fact. It's not even no street shit. My nigga like, bruh, I have a lot of shit to lose. A nigga could pull down on me and say, yo, you have this shit that's worth a lot. Give it to me. Is that some street shit? The dumbass niggas y'all be listening to and dick riding, oh my God, that's some street shit. I told Akademiks to tell the street. No, nigga. I'm a nigga who walks around and got shit. I run $1 million company. Yeah, I have shit. Yeah. So, okay, you want some shit from me. Now I got to make a decision. Am I going to say no or go ahead, bro, take it. You good. I'm not in that type of... Feel me? That's different than 6ix9ine. Like, 6ix9ine was really agitating some shit. Like, he was... Niggas told y'all niggas test his gangster. That's different. You feel me? But, somebody said say no. Somebody said I went to the hood. Nah, it's not about the hood. Nobody's talking about the hood. This whole thing with hip-hop, this is what I hate too. All of these motherfuckers these days, the motherfuckers who usually critique me saying he's not from the hood, they're not hood. I promise you they're not hood. My nigga, I see how hood niggas move. They don't move like none of these niggas who talk a lot. No. Just because I say I'm not from the hood, because I don't care about admitting all these niggas who claim, my nigga, they're not in the hood. All these niggas are corporate niggas, like what hood they been in? What real niggas they are? Like name these dudes who y'all think is qualified to speak on it that are really hood niggas, and I'm just not. I'm in reality, most of the hood niggas don't speak. It's just that I'm good with just making a disclaimer. So I'm not hood. I ain't come from this. Name them. I look at it. I look at it. I'm not talking about rappers. I'm talking about the commentators of hip hop. Tell me what hood Star been in. Star's a hood nigga? Nigga's a licensed gun. Anybody can have a licensed gun. You can be licensed in 10 states. That's a hood nigga? You have a gun, that just means you're just real. Really? Okay. Who else? I'm going down the list. The niggas, somebody said my nigga goes. Salute to my nigga goes. Somebody said Taxstone. See, those niggas come from a different element. And that's why I gotta make this separation. Those niggas is from a different element. But then there's a list of niggas who lived it in a previous life. You're not living it now. Somebody said Adam 22. Salute to Adam. Yeah, that's the thing, yo. People look at, because I was open and honest about like my affiliations and where I came from, people looked at it as weak. Yo, he say he's not a hood nigga. Cause in hip hop niggas just lie. Yo, let me tell you, you wanna know how the story of 6ix9ine is? Yo, me and 21, we had a great conversation about this. 21 said some dope shit. I can't wait to get this fucking footage to put it out. He said, yo, we're all guilty for 21 for 6ix9ine. He said that nigga might have built the engine, but we all fucking drove it. Cause you know why 6ix9ine was acting out? You wanna know why? That nigga came in the game looking goofy with a yellow, with rainbow and all that shit, and every single person kept saying, "You not gangster, you not gangster, you not gangster." And every time he was like, "Yo, I'ma show y'all niggas, I'ma show y'all niggas," and he stood on making the niggas y'all fear the most. Well, Keith is gangster. You'll never test him. Watch me test Keith. What's up? Well, YG's. Watch me test that nigga. What's up? Well, you never fuck with Jay. Watch me test. That's what led to his demise. He was trying to prove it to y'all. That's really what it was. That's the truth behind everything. Niggas online, and yo, I had such a great. That's why most of these niggas. Yo, salute to 21. Man. Most of these niggas, they don't acknowledge that part. 6ix9ine does not do all that shit if niggas at first wasn't getting at him. Well, you not a real blood. You pussy. You this. You that. You can't come to this place who acting like that. I can't come to where? I'm there. What's up? That's what happened. Let's act like we could act like that ain't what happened, but that's what happened. That's what happened. That's literally what happened. And you know what happens? After he gets locked up, man, that nigga stupid as a motherfucker, bro. That nigga stupid as hell. I don't see not one nigga now saying, whoa, shit, that nigga was really about it. Oh, shit. That nigga really had the blicky and the stiffy. Nobody says, and I told that nigga that. I said, yo, it's a lose-lose, my nigga. You can't prove to these niggas online. But niggas online, and shit, it's everybody. It's not just everybody. But you're not this, though. You won't go with Keith, though. You won't go with this nigga, though. You not real as this, though. But, fuck that. Yeah, you heard him say, that's why nigga even said, when at Kodak, you better not go to Kodak, you gonna die. What? That was fueling that nigga's ego, the fans, and like everybody drove him there. So when I see all these motherfuckers talking that shit, I didn't tell that nigga to, yo, I told that nigga never go to Chicago. But you know what everybody in the comment section of his shit was saying? You pussy as hell, nigga. You never go against Lil Reese and them niggas really about that shit. Nigga, you in New York, y'all don't do shit over there. You'll never go to Chicago. Chicago is really about. He's like, what? It's popping at O Block? I'm there. What's up? We ain't gonna talk about that. That's what it is. It's not Akademiks hyping it up. The niggas seen what it was. Niggas was doubting him. That niggas didn't, like, I don't want to get into specific shit. Look what he's charged with. Look what he's charged with. Look at the incidents that he's charged for. And you tell me that he wasn't basically proving and shutting everybody the fuck up who said he wasn't real. But you know what happens when he gets locked up? He's fucking stupid. Yo, Hack, why you let him do that? I would never go to Chicago. You think I want him to go to Chicago? No. Nigga, I would never go. Listen, Casanova been saying he gonna punch me in the face for 300 years. I don't never say nothing to him. Casanova barely talked about him. Them niggas did action on that. That's not me. That's other shit. That's hip-hop. Niggas don't realize that. I see Joe Budden sit up and whatever. Him and Casanova don't got problems. He don't call Casanova out on Instagram. He don't post a video about what some shit happened with Casanova. If Casanova don't get on your pull-up podcast talking about that nigga ain't about that life. And 6ix9ine sees that shit. He comments on the shit to like Joe, to Wayno, who was there, and to other niggas said, oh, y'all niggas suck my dick. And then he called out Casanova on the gram. Why y'all don't talk about that? Nobody talks about it. You know why? Because y'all don't want to admit y'all part of it. That nigga was trying to prove in a lot of cases to y'all niggas what? What you mean? Like I ain't that. That's why when I see like Casanova, like Casanova's very comfortably just bullying me because I'll never respond. I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. Like I'm not that. So when y'all talk about me, who really baited 6ix9ine into really throwing away his freedom? Who? The niggas who doubted him, fans, shit, throw media into it too, who hyped it up. But if you gonna sit here and act like anybody is fucking innocent, I would look at you in the face and be like, you really don't understand the scope of what just happened. This is what happens in every case. Don't sit here and just blame me. Somebody said he took the bait. He did take the bait. Accountability. I said it on the show today. We got to be accountable. But if we all sit here and like people are just innocent, Casanova was so mad, jumped on the My Song thing. Yo, I can't wait to see I'm gonna fuck you up. Cass, 2 of the 4 incidents that he's charged for, you're involved with. I'm being honest. There's nothing I'm involved with. Cass, there's 2 of the 4 incidents that him and you allegedly, or his crew and your crew, were going at it. That's facts. That's facts. Am I sitting up here saying, oh, well, you shouldn't have been beefing with him? No, because shit happened like that. But I could read. I have eyes. I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not going to hit propaganda to fans. There's not one incident that said, oh, Akademiks set this up. Y'all want me to go down? I go down to the indictment. It said on the indictment, there was a shooting before he got to the Barclays and a shooting at the Barclays. They got video surveillance of everything. And they got the other shit that was another shooting at a video shoot for fucking Casanova's video. Really? Akademiks is the fault? All right. All right. He ain't gonna come out and say, yo, I should have never been beefing with that nigga from the first place. I should have never been beefing with him. I should have never been beefing with that nigga. I should have never even said nothing about that nigga on an interview or made a song that World Star titled in such a way that nigga thought I had a problem with it, that shit could go whatever. Nobody gonna talk about it. Everybody gonna blame me. Joe Budden, Charlemagne, Wayno, they're not gonna say, you know why shit came to a head at the fucking Barclays? Because you saw, this is public, this is not snitching, it's public record, nigga. It happened on the internet. 6ix9ine posted a fucking video after seeing what y'all said on the Pull Up podcast. Casanova was there talking crazy shit, and he was offended. He posted a video, yo, blah, 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 blah. That's not snitching. That happened. The feds see every fucking thing. Don't blame me. Blame everybody who played a part into it. But nobody mentions that. It's easy to say, well, Hack was posting all this shit too. Star just did a whole fucking thing. Will Akademiks get arrested or get subpoenaed? Will Casanova get subpoenaed? He's supposedly the victim in most of the shit that they're accusing 6ix9ine of. I'm not the victim. I'm not with them. Y'all let these motherfuckers like twist y'all in circles, and pin the scapegoat title around me. Y'all want me to pull up the indictment? I'll pull up the indictment. Information is not snitching. Public information is not snitching. Let me see if I can find it from the main page. Yeah. Here's the indictment. Got racketeering. They got 5 people on it. I heard they arrested 2 more people. Count 2. Oh, sorry. Count 2, using a firearm during or in relation to possession of whatever furtherance of a crime. Okay. There's no date on that. Then the next one is count 3. There's a date. You see, when you start using logic, niggas say you're snitching. Just type in April 3rd. Then the count 3 says April 3rd. There's a count of an indictment there for 6ix9ine. Just type in April. I don't know what it is. April 3rd, Tekashi 6ix9ine. I just Googled it. This shit. Let me see. You could probably find it. Just be like April 3rd, Tekashi 6ix9ine, TMZ. TMZ always got all this shit. Alright, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is this? They got a lot of shit there. I don't know. Anyway, there's a couple dates. They got April 3rd twice. Then they have April 21st. April 21st. Okay, perfect example. Type in April 21st, Tekashi 6ix9ine, TMZ. First thing that pops up is this. Tekashi 6ix9ine, Adrian Broner, Casanova, fight, Barclays, shots fired. This is TMZ, baby. This is not me. This is not me. This is TMZ. Like, this is something that the Barclays banned the nigga for. This is not me. So you could sit there, oh my God, I'm gonna punch Akademiks in the face. He's the one who's causing all. Am I causing this? Yeah, that's Rice Gum, by the way, right here. I'm about to accept it. That's my guy. That's what he's charged for. Why y'all asking me? I wasn't there. Why y'all asking me? Let's keep looking at the indictment. So that's April like 21st. A nigga's facing life for what happened on that day. Life in prison. Life in prison for what happened on that day. There's another shooting before they get there that they're claiming is still with the same bullshit. That somebody's also facing 20 years in prison for that day. Got nothing to do with me. The last date is July 16. What happened July 16? Let's see if I can find it. Hold up. I can't really find it. Anyway, all I'm gonna tell you is this. In all of the indictments, 6ix9ine was never beefing with me. Him and me wasn't shooting it out. I'm not the person he was shooting at, or I'm not the person he was with when allegedly shooting was happening. The people who are mad at me, they're involved in this shit. That's their names in there. There was a robbery. He's charged for that. There's 2 Casanova related shooting, charged for those 2. And then there's a July 16th thing. I don't know what the fuck happened there. I gotta figure that out. That's what he's charged for. That's why he's in jail. How the fuck do you connect that to Akademiks? You know why? Niggas don't do accountability. They will say, oh, Akademiks was, well, man, Akademiks posted. How about y'all say, you know what? I'm a grown-ass man. He a 22-year-old kid with rainbow hair. I ain't had to be for that nigga online. We ain't had to do all that for that shit to happen. Nobody gonna say that. You know why? And when I say this, people gonna be like, well, you're not from the streets. You're right, I ain't from the streets. But I'm looking at the fucking facts, and when y'all are trying to blame me, this case wasn't developed around Akademiks. It was developed around what happened with y'all and him. Not me and him. Y'all and him. Y'all told me, am I gonna get fucking like subpoenaed and whatever to the court? None of these incidents involve me. Casanova's in 20s. So what are y'all talking about? Again, I invite Casanova to have a conversation with him because he's been doing this tough guy thing with me when I'm looking like, bro, the other tough guys who wanted tough guy shit with y'all, it ended in a federal indictment. Why? Like, let's think about this. Casanova's on Instagram right now saying he's gonna beat me up or do whatever to me. Nigga, it's the same type of threats that resulted in a nigga who you were also talking tough shit to at first, now being in jail for a federal indictment. He had to show, or whatever, maybe his people around him say, yo, we gotta show you not pussy based on how niggas is talking about you. That's a federal indictment. But when he threatened me, oh, it's good for the culture. If I did some shit dumb like, nah, I don't like niggas talking about me like that, y'all would call me dumb. I just sit here and I just play my role and I sit here and I take these little allegations or whatever. I never did nothing to Casanova. Nothing. Oh, this ain't got shit. I ain't did nothing to Casanova. Go ask Casanova why the hell 6ix9ine is charged for some shit with him. Go ask him. You should ask him. Ask those questions. He's not charged for nothing with me. Listen, y'all know the times I've been with 6ix9ine. I've been on live with him. None of that, none of those dates. Like, imagine if there was a date that was like, yo, yeah, Ak was with him like live streaming. Then he allegedly went and did a shootout. You should probably say, Ak, we got some questions, bro. We got some questions. He was with you. We saw y'all live stream. Y'all were fucking painting your toenails. Y'all were fucking doing the little dances on Instagram. And then a shootout happened. We should probably talk to you. Nothing involves me. Ask about the other niggas who supposedly they've been beefing online. It involves them. But who's getting the blame? I rest my case until, and I'm getting off right now. I rest my case until I get those answers. Okay? Get those answers from Joe Budden, Casanova. Get those answers from Star. Get those answers from all the people who are accusing me of doing whatever. Ask them, why is he charged 4 events? Ask him, who are the victims in those robberies or shootings, allegedly? Who is the aggressor? And why, if those are the 2 parties which a crime was occurred between, why is Akademiks' name mentioned? Until then, I have nothing to say to anybody else about anything. Okay? I'm getting off stream. Y'all have a good day. Until Star answers that, until Joe Budden, until Charlemagne, until everybody who is so quick to comment on this case and trying to throw me under the bus, until they answer why the pull-up episode, which made 6ix9ine irate and post shit that supposedly the cops claim they have, which is incriminating, which then also led to the Barclay shooting, which led to other shit. That's what the cops is saying. And that's what happened. That's what they're saying. Well, until we get answers for those, I don't want to be in the eye or the fucking bullseye of the questioning. Please talk to those people, because none of the charges say, oh yeah, Akademiks was kicking it with him on live. They just came from DR and they were fucking shooting out at JFK. That didn't happen. Okay? Have a good day. These questions I will probably assume won't get answered. It will probably be more accusation. I will beat him up, like always. But I'm out of here.